Well, we're kicking the week off with a very big question this Monday on the agenda. On social media, we're asking, what do you make of President Ramaphosa's announcement on his plans regarding the recommendations of the Zondo Commission report? Taking your tweets at the agenda_SABC or give us a call, 011-714-0661. We have Sfiso on the line in Durban. Sfiso, good morning to you. But Sfiso, are you there? Sfiso, I'm going to try one more time. Sfiso, are you there in Durban? Okay, we're not hearing Sfiso. Desiree, are you able to pick up anyone there on your side?
I think we have another call on Ntokozo calling from KZN as well. Ntokozo, kunjani bhuti?
Umama ngiphilile sisi ninjani nina?
Siphilile. Apologies about that.
Okay.
What are your feelings about this conversation, your reaction to the president's address last night?
My reaction is that we don't know now who's telling us the truth or who's telling us lies. The three of them, including the two former presidents, they need to come in public and debate this issue, these issues that are happening in South Africa, because now we are afraid that something will go wrong in South Africa, like we'll be like Zimbabwe now. They must all come together, not one at a time, They must come together and debate and have journalists and accept questions so that we will know who's the liar amongst them.
So you feel that they should come to the public and talk about these things, but the African National Congress says the leaders, the elders of the organization should use internal structures and have those conversations internally. Where do we find the balance?
It's not about the ANC, it's about the country. It's about the country, South Africa. And us citizens, because if two elephants are fighting, the grass is suffering. It mustn't be about the ANC. It must be about the country. We're having load sheddings. We're having so many problems. And someone says it was state capture. Someone says it's foreign people that are buying the ESCOM. So now we really don't know what's really going on, and we are suffering in the meantime. They need to come to the public and debate. All three of them, Mbeki, Zuma, and Ramaphosa. And they must take questions, all of them.
Of course, former President Kgalema Motlanthe is also part of that conversation. But Ntokozo,
yes.
Point well made. Thank you so much. Naledi?
Yeah, thanks for that, Ma'am Ntokozo. Sfiso's back on the line in Durban. Sfiso, good morning to you, sir.
Yes, morning. Good day.
Siyaphila, Puti. Thank you so much for calling. What are your thoughts?
South Africa as far as we believe, we got three arms of state. Parliament and executive.
Yes.
Why we state capture even one judge that has been implemented, whereas the judges, they are the ones who uphold the constitution of the country. We in this mess because of the judges. First of all, we Ukapembe benefited Amstel in the Dayak, was promised to be given Kumapungani investment. Two, the same Kampembe was sentencing president without a case number. It's a judicial tagari. Services are small.
Yeah.
Services are small. I'm a judge, they are captured, all of them.
Well, let me ask you this, because I think that's now broadening the discussion, which is an interesting point nonetheless, and I won't take that away from you. I'm wondering though, Putsviso, if you listened to the president last night, if you think that he'll be able to implement the recommendations that he was talking about last night.
Yeah, no, he won't, because the same Judge Zondo refused Arthur Fraser to go and testify in the commission. He refused to go and testify in the commission. In fact, the owner of DSTV refused to go to the commission. There's no case, akaboshwanga, kuphelile ngaye. But Zuma went to court. Because uZondo siyazi ukuthi unengane nonkosikazi kaZuma. Zuma's wife unengane noZondo. Ingane kaZondo ihlala kaZuma enkandla. Can you tell us all those things? uZondo is supposed to recuse himself ngoba unkosikazi kaZuma unengane noZondo.
Sure. Okay. But Sfisa, thank you so much for calling in, and we'll continue taking more calls. 011-714-0661. Your thoughts on the president's announcement on his plans regarding the recommendations of the Zondo Commission. More tweets have continued to come in. Let's bring some of those tweets up. It's a busy day on Twitter today. One from Mdu saying the corrupt must stop load shedding, and a billionaire brought it. The corrupt stopped load shedding and a billionaire brought it back.
Dipapang saying, good morning, Desiree and Naledi. I don't think the president will satisfy everybody. The state capture was well orchestrated, and even today, people who were part of it blame him of targeting his opponents when they're arrested. NPA and Hawks were captured but restored.
One from the world's greatest that says the man made so many announcements but zero implementations. Right now, the nation is no longer interested in announcements, but it demands action.
And Pezozo for Africa saying the president is obviously complicit in the state capture, as he was deputy president at the time and surely knew what was happening. So impressive engagement with our question of the day, where we're asking, what do you make of President Ramaphosa's announcement on his plans regarding the recommendations of the Zondo Commission report? We asked you to send your thoughts at the agenda_SABC, or alternatively call us on 011-714-0661 or 0662. And Eric from Protea Glen is on the line right now. A very good morning to you, Eric. What are your thoughts about this conversation?
Good morning, ma'am, Axel and Naledi as well. Having watched what is been unfolding right now in our democracy, it's like something that is not worth it, given the fact that we voted for this democracy, but now we are the ones that at the end had to suffer all these burdens. The president has his say, and then what I see that there's no accountability whatsoever. Because he already quoting what has been spoken day before yesterday by former President Mbeki. Say there's been those people who infiltrated the movement, say ANC to speak. Now there hasn't been any action whatsoever. This thing of state capture to me is just it's like we are just on a riding. We've been taken for the ride as citizens.
Eric, as a voter, what would you like to see happening?
If actually the whole ANC can clean itself, because we are all in this mess as a result of ANC itself. And then now it's just pointing fingers at so. But to come to reality, there's actually there's low morality, and from the sitting president himself, is not convincing. It's only full of promises, which is like take one back two. Was my vote 94 was a waste of time. So it's something that we should fight for this democracy at our level base. But we people from the ground, we don't have those capacity to actually have that kind of movement. That because they themselves up there, they don't come to people from the ground and then feel what we are suffering. I think that's the problem. So going back to 2024 is something that they still have to be told.
Eric, thank you so much for your call. Eric makes a very important point there, that South Africans voted for this democracy, and yet they seemingly are the ones suffering as a result.